What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Faisal Al Edaily. Today we're going to be doing another algebra video, specifically linear algebra. Today we're going to talk about how to find the slope given 2 points using some formulas. Before we get into the video, I just want to say in my most recent video, the Guess the Flags video, I did guess the Israel flag, but me guessing it doesn't mean that I support it. I don't support it. Free Palestine, guys. But anyways, let's get right into the point. So 3, 1 and -2, 3. Now let's talk about the formula that we want to calculate the slope. Now there's a lot of different ways you can, or actually it's just 3. There's 3 different ways you can describe it. The first one is the actual formula, which is called, or it's just called slope formula, but this is y2, like the second y value of the second point, minus the y value of the first point, which is y1, over x2 minus x1. Now, y2 minus y1, that's basically just delta y. Delta is a symbol you see in physics, calculus, algebra, chemistry, and a lot of stuff. It just means the change. So the change in y over the change in x. Actually, in kinematics, displacement is equal to the change in position over the change of time. So it's used in physics too, and a lot of different stuff. So we got change in y over change in x. There's also rise over run. Now, rise over run, we're not going to be using it really, because rise over run is when you have a graph. You see how much it goes up. So, for example, it rises 3, and then how much it goes to the right. Let's say it rises 2. So that means if the rise is 3, that means it's going to be equal to 3 over 2, and the run is 2. But we're not going to be talking about the rise over run, because that's just when graphing. So we'll just erase that. What we need is the change in y over the change in x, which is basically just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to be using this formula right here. That's the formula we're going to be using. So let's do this. So y2, this is y2. So let's actually, this is y2, this is x2, this is y1, and this is x1. So let's do this. So y2 is 3. Minus y1, which is 1, over x2, which is -2, minus x1, which is 3. So 3 minus 1 equals to 2. -2 minus 3, well, think about it. If you have -2 on a graph, let's say this is 0, and then -2, if you're subtracting, you're going to go to the left. So 1, 2, 3. So this is -3, -4, and the final answer is -5. So it's 2 over -5, which is equal to -2 over 5. So that's the slope for this equation, -2 over 5. Let's do another equation. So here we have 3 over 3, 0, and 2, 0. So using the formula like we did before, we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. My handwriting is kind of bad, but just you can try getting used to it, but it is kind of bad, but whatever. So y2, that's 0, y1, that's also 0, x2, that's 2, and then x1 is 3, and it's a change, so it's minus, not plus. Now, what is 0 minus 0? That's 0. What is 2 minus 3? That's -1. And what is this equal to? This is equal to 0. Now, what does this mean? What does it mean when a what does it mean when a slope of a line is equal to 0? That means that it's horizontal. And if you graph out each of these points, let's do that real quick. If you graph out each of these points, so let's say x, we have 3 and then 2. So it's gonna be 2, 0, which is right here, and 3, 0, which is right here. And if we connect them, you'll see that the line is horizontal. It might not be horizontal here, but it's horizontal because I didn't use like a ruler or anything. But yeah, if you have 0 as a slope, just remember that it means that a line is definitely horizontal. Next up, we have -3, -5, 6, 0. So now we have a lot more negative signs, so it's going to be a little more complicated, but it's still manageable. So this is y2, this is y1, this is x2, and this is x1. Okay, so we have 0 minus -5. Now that's just equal to positive, so it's just 0 plus 5, because a negative times a negative is just a positive. And then x2, that's 0, minus x1, that's -3. And then same thing here. Negative times a negative is a positive, so it's going to be 6 plus 3. So 0 plus 5, that's equal to 5, and 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So the final answer is just 5/9. Next up, we have 0, 5, 0, 8. So let's do this again. By the way, fun fact, why is slope m? Well, that's because of the Arabic saying mal, and that basically means slope in Arabic. And mal, you can say mal, that's m. So that's where it comes. It comes from the Arabic term for it. But if you're only speaking English, it wouldn't really make sense, because slope shouldn't be s, but no, because it comes from the Arabic saying mal, and the first letter there is m. Anyways, we have y2, this is y2, and this is y1. And this is x1, and this is x2. So y2 is 8, y1 is 5, x2 is 0, x1 is 0, 2. And then 8 minus 5, that's 3. 0 minus 0, that's 0. Now what is 3/0? That's undefined, right? Because 3/0, that's just undefined. Now undefined, that's because anything over 0 is undefined, obviously. Now why is this the case? What does this mean when a slope of a line is undefined? That means that it's horizontal. And I'm gonna graph it here again. So let's do that. So let's say we have a graph. Let's say it's 3 and 4 for the y values, not 8, because that kind of will be tiring to just do that for each single one. So x is 0, that means these are both y-intercepts, so they'll be on the y-axis. So we have 3, 1 on 3, and 1 on 4. And then if we connect these with a line, you'll see that the line is horizontal. So any undefined line is horizontal. That's just good to know. And actually, you can see here, 3 and 3. If the y values or the x values are the same, it's undefined and it's vertical. If the y values are the same, kind of like this right here, it's going to be horizontal because it's going to be 0. So here, you don't even need to calculate. If we see the x values are the same, that means it's undefined. It's vertical. So we'll just type undefined. Although in a test, you might need to actually do the calculations. But it's easy. We've done many examples, so you could probably have got the hang of it right now, right? So undefined. Alright, this is the tricky part of the lesson with the fractions. So 1/2, 5, 3, 1. So let's identify each number. So this is y2, this is x2, this is y1, and this is x1. So m equals to 1 minus 5 over 3, which is x2, minus x1, which is 1/2. Now what we have here is a complex fraction. Now let's multiply everything by 2, so we cancel out the fraction. So these cancel out. So that will leave us with 1 times 2, that's 2. So 1 times 2, that's 2. -5 times 2, that's -10. Over 3 times 2, that's 6. And then -1/2 times 2, they cancel out, giving us 1. So 2 minus 10, that's, whoops, I kind of happened like an earthquake right there happened. -8. 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. So -8/5. So this is what you do with complex fractions, at least with one fractions. Here we have two fractions, and in this one we have three fractions. Now, I have a very cool and easy way you can do to find these, and I'll tell you right now. So first of all, let's identify, or let's put them in the formula. So we have y2, which is 3, minus y1, which is 2 over 3, over x2, which is 2, minus y, or x1, which is 3 over 5. Now, this is what my trick is. What is a common multiple of 3 and 5? Now, we don't have to do the lowest common multiple. We just have to do one common multiple. The lowest common multiple will make it easier because it's less big numbers. But I have a way to get any common multiple. It's not always the lowest, but it's good. Just multiply the numbers. So 3 times 5, that's 15. So we multiply both sides by 15. So first of all, let's do the full numbers. So 3 times 15, that's 45, minus 15 times 2 over 3. Let's multiply the numerator. 2 times 15 is 30, minus 3, that's 10. And then over 2 times 15, that's 30, minus 3 over 5, minus 15. 3 times 15 is 45, over 5, that's 9. So 45 minus 10, that's 35. 30 minus 9, that's 21. And we can simplify this. If we divide by 7 for both sides, 35 divided by 7 is equal to 5, and 21 divided by 7 is 3. So this is the answer as an improper fraction. If you want it as a mixed number, well, that's 1 and 2 over 3. So you can have it in mixed number or improper fraction, or in decimal, which is 1.6 with a bar over it. That means it's repeating, like 66666. So there's three ways to put this answer. 1.6 with a bar over it, which implies that it's just going to go forever, or 1 and 2 over 3 as a mixed number, or as an improper fraction. So improper fraction, mixed number, or decimal. They all work. Let's go to another example. This one's going to be a little bit harder because this one has three fractions. So m equals to y2, which is 4, minus y1. Y1 is 3 over 4. Over x2. x2 is equal to 1 over 2, minus x1, which is 4 over 5. Now it's not really beautiful, but we'll work with it. Okay, so here, let's find a common multiple to 4 and 5 and 2. Now, you can just multiply them, but 4 is already a multiple of 2, so we don't even have to multiply 2. We just have to multiply 4 and 5. It'll work. So 4 times 5, that's 20. So let's multiply 20 times here, and then 20 times here. So 20 times 4, that's 80. I don't know how to read numbers apparently. And negative 3 over 4 times 20. Negative 3 times 20 is negative 16. Negative 60 over 4 is negative 15. So 80 minus 15 over 1 over 2 times 20. Well, think about it. There's just half of 20, so that's 10. Minus 4 over 5 times 20. 4 times 20 is 80. 80 over 5 is 16. So 80 minus 15 is 65. 10 minus 16 is negative 6. So we have 65 over negative 6, which equals to negative 65 over 6. And you can calculate this in other forms, like mixed number and decimal, like we did here. But I'm not going to do it with that, since you can just do it like we did before. It's easy. So this is the answer, negative 65 over 6. And unfortunately, there's not really any way to simplify it. So this is just our final answer. So that's going to be it. So that's kind of it. Here are all the examples. 8 examples. I taught you on how to find the slope. And I taught you all the formulas. And I taught you how to see how if the x values are the same, that means it's undefined because it's a vertical line. If the y values are the same, that means it's horizontal, which is 0. So yeah, now you know this about linear algebra, and yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn that button gray. Follow my space on Quora. The link will be in the description. I actually can't put link, but I can put the name. So I can put the name. And yeah, peace out and try to find those slope values.